I now invite a special guest, Missouri Governor Jay Nixon, to the podium to share a few welcome remarks and some very exciting news that gets right to the heart of collaboration. Governor Nixon.
Good morning. It is great to be joined by former Governor Bond. And thank you, Dennis. I'm very pleased to be with all of you today to talk about the opportunities we have to grow our economy right here at home by selling more products abroad. First, I want to join with the mayor and the county executive and others to congratulate the World Trade Center for 20 years of service and leadership to this region. Since 1993, this outstanding organization has been bringing people together to grow this region's economy through international trade, a mission that is more important than ever in an increasingly interconnected world. Today, I'm proud to report that Missouri continues to compete and win in this fiercely competitive global economy. Missouri had the third fastest rate of technology job growth in 2012, for example. And over the last year, Missouri employers have now added over 36,000 new jobs. And this year alone, global brands including Boeing, Cerner, Expedia, Express Scripts, and Monsanto have announced plans to bring thousands of high-tech, high-paying jobs to our state and this region. And with the historic investments by Ford and General Motors and automotive suppliers statewide, Missouri continues to lead the rebirth of the American automotive manufacturing. Now, this progress didn't happen by accident. It happened because of the leadership of many of the folks in this room and the proven strategies we've pursued to transform Missouri's economy for the 21st century. 3 years ago, during the depths of the recession, we convened the Strategic Initiative for Economic Growth. We brought together all across our great state 600 leaders in business, labor, education, and economic development, including many of you in this room today. The result of that robust process was a clear blueprint for building an economy of the future. And one of the primary recommendations was that Missouri develop a best-in-class foreign trade initiative. It's simple: opening new markets for Missouri businesses and selling more Missouri products around the world creates more jobs at home and also leads to more investment by those organizations right here in our region. That's why, as governor, I've led highly successful trade missions to China, Brazil, Taiwan, Europe, reaching agreements to sell $6.5 billion in Missouri goods to consumers in these important markets. Last year, we also opened up new international trade offices in India, China, and Brazil. These efforts helped make 2011 and 2012 the best years on record for international trade by Missouri businesses, with $28 billion in Missouri-made goods and products shipped around the world. Right here in St. Louis, exports play an especially critical role in the region's economy. A recent report by the Brookings showed that St. Louis metro area's international export growth has continued to accelerate, and that nearly 15% of the region's total economic output came directly from exports. A great example of how exports support real jobs for real Missouri families is Essex Industries. This leading supplier of aircraft components and life support equipment joined me on our mission to Europe earlier this year. A whopping 54% of their annual sales come from exports to over 30 countries. And right now we're working to help them reach customers in India. More sales mean more revenue, which means more good jobs right here in St. Louis. While we have made significant progress in international trade, at a time when 96% of the world's consumers live outside the United States, our work is far from over. Although nearly 5,000 Missouri companies are currently exporting, many are only exporting to one foreign market. And only about 40% of Missouri manufacturing companies are currently exporting their products in international markets. We need to help companies that are exporting on a limited basis expand into new markets. And we need to help Missouri businesses that aren't yet exploring their products to take the plunge. That's why my budget, and I thank the legislature for approving this and working in a bipartisan way once again to put our economic development first, our education system first, and move forward together. My budget dedicates $2.3 million in new resources to help even more small businesses expand their reach worldwide and develop a worldwide customer base for Missouri companies. From soybeans to steel wheels, F-150s to pharmaceuticals, I've had the opportunity to see firsthand the global demand for our quality Missouri-made products. My new initiative, Export Missouri, is going to get more of these products out of the warehouse and around the world. I want to take just a minute to walk through exactly what Export Missouri Initiative will do. We're going to open, first of all, we're going to open additional foreign trade offices in Toronto, Hong Kong, and Singapore, increasing our international footprint to 11 countries spanning 5 continents. We're hiring additional trade specialists to provide targeted, customized services to Missouri companies to identify key markets and buyers for their products. And we're rolling out our Global Market Access Program, which provides assistance directly to small businesses to help offset their costs to participate in international trade shows, trade missions, and foreign sales trips. We're going to literally go hand in hand with them around the world. And finally, we're deploying additional online resources for Missouri exporters, including an online trade counselor with information on potential markets, export trends, and customized recommendations on everything from navigating trade regulations to identifying export finance opportunities. Once again, I want to thank our legislature for when we called on them for additional help this year to make sure that this targeted improvement and focus on an area of our economy we can grow, folks came together and helped us provide those additional resources. We're going to use those in a targeted way to make sure that 20 years from now, these numbers look like a small piece in the dustbin of history compared to where we are 20 years from now when the World Trade Center celebrates its 40th anniversary here in St. Louis. So with these efforts and through our continued partnership with outstanding organizations like the World Trade Center, the U.S. Commercial Service, and the SBA, just to name a few, we will continue to sell more Missouri goods overseas, set more export records, and more importantly, create more jobs and more prosperity right here at home. Because whether you're a small business, a family farm, or a Fortune 500 company, we are all in a global economy. That competition isn't just over the state line, it's all over the world. This morning I started my day at a small school in southern Jefferson County, Jefferson R7. In fact, the first year they had a graduating class was last year. I'm leaving here now to go down to Nixon, Missouri, down on this other border of our state in the southern section. And the reason I'm at both of those is it's not fundamentally different what I'm talking to those schools and those students about what the future is. Our kids have to be educated to meet the competition of a worldwide economy. They have to understand that the competition they're in is much different than it was when I was a young guy growing up in southern Jefferson County. That competition is worldwide. And the combination of education, exports, and our expertise in this area, and our willingness to embrace a diverse future is essential to us winning that future. And that educational background that many business leaders have been incredibly supportive of for us here in this region is essential to that victory. So why am I going to Nixa? Because they're one of the 9 schools that have been named a National Blue Ribbon School for the quality preschool, quality education they give all the way through high school down there, their high graduation rates, their higher ACT rates, their willingness to compete in a world economy right there from southern Missouri. All of us working together to make our kids have the tools to be able to compete in the doors that we open is essential to us making sure that we continue to move forward. So I thank you for the opportunity to be with you today. We look forward to working with everybody here on this new initiative and expect that in the coming years we're going to see real fruits, solid gains, and continued work in what is a clear growth area for the Show Me State. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you, Governor. This is wonderful news indeed. World Trade Center St. Louis is proud to partner with the state of Missouri doing our part to ensure that St. Louis companies are properly represented and supported in the Export Missouri initiative. As you heard County Executive Dooley mention, our own World Trade Center Executive Director, Tim Nowak, has been appointed as one of 8 2014 USA Eisenhower Fellows. This is an extremely prestigious honor and a lot of hard work. During his fellowship, Tim will travel to Indonesia and Malaysia for 5 weeks, establishing meaningful contacts with government and business leaders for the promotion and development of trade and investment between St. Louis and Southeast Asia. This is one of the fastest growing regions on the planet. General Colin Powell, chairman of Eisenhower Fellowships, commented in his announcement, "This group of fellows will join a network of outstanding leaders throughout the world and bring with them their own approach and creativity to contribute to a better world." Congratulations, Tim. We look forward to the ways this will help St. Louis grow on the global stage. Now, please enjoy your lunch. Today's MC, Debbie Monterey of KMOX, will be back to the podium shortly to resume the program.